Hey there, fearless kids. Happy Sunday. We are so excited that you're here with us today. We have a fun day in store for you, but first, we're gonna head into an amazing time of worship. We can't wait for this time. Let's go.
Close my eyes and colors fly. There's no hiding from your grace. I can't deny your heart for mine, and it's unrelenting chase. I was on the edge of deception, caught up in my own hesitation, until your love took over me.
So I let go and I let love show me life like it's supposed to be. And
like it's supposed to be. An oasis, an oasis, all the freedom I'll ever need. Now I'm alive. Now I'm alive. Now I'm alive. So I let go and I let love show me life like it's supposed to be. An oasis, an oasis, all the freedom I'll ever need. Now I'm alive. Show me life like it's supposed to be. All the freedom I'll ever need. Now I'm alive. Now I'm alive. Now I'm alive. Show me life like it's supposed to be. All the freedom I'll ever need.
Wasn't that an amazing time of worship, Fearless Kids? I love coming together and worshiping Jesus with all of our hearts. But now we're gonna hop into the next part of our lesson today, and it's gonna be so much fun. Hey there, Fearless Kids. It's time for science time with Miss Bree. We're gonna be making a time capsule. Have any of you ever made a time capsule? It's really fun. You can get any items from your house and make one. I'm gonna be using a paper towel roll and a few other items I found. So what a time capsule is you basically just make something, put stuff inside it that remind you of things you liked when you were, if you're 5, when you were 5 years old, or some of your favorite foods. And you put it away and you just keep it there until it's time for you to look at it again. Maybe a year from now, maybe 2 years from now, maybe 10 years from now. But it's still something really fun. And it's a fun way to time travel without Professor Green's machine. So let's get started. So I'm going to be using a paper towel roll, some paper, some really cool tape that I found in my garage, some markers, and I'm just gonna stuff it with a bunch of fun stuff that I find in my bag. But we'll get to that later. So let's start. What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna go ahead and close the top or bottom of paper towel roll. It's a cap, it's the cap. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna decorate it. You can either decorate it if you want just on it, like this, with whatever you want, or you can just cover it up with paper. I think I'm gonna cover mine up with paper. Oops, yikes. Tape, tape, and more tape. I'm gonna add one more piece of tape. Ta-da! And first part is ready. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna decorate it, like I said earlier, any way I want. I'm gonna decorate it by first writing the year 2021 right on it. So I'm gonna go 2021 because we are in year 2021. And now I'm just gonna decorate it with a bunch of other things. Like I like flowers, so I'm gonna make some flowers. One flower there, another flower here. Okay. So now that I've put my flowers, my favorite color is green. So I'm gonna make some fun leaves, just kind of hanging around, you know. I'm gonna add the cross. I'm gonna add a cross for Jesus because the year 2021 is a year that I wanna dedicate to Jesus. And I'm gonna make it super, super, super pretty, like extra pretty. Ta-da! Okay, so my time capsule is decorated. 2021, flowers and the cross. Now is the fun part. I have my bag here full of stuff. I mostly keep a lot of things that I really love, very near and dear to me. Oh, okay. I found this picture of me and my friend, Christy. This was from a while ago, but I talk to her almost every day, so I'm actually gonna put this in here. So I can come back and look at it. Let's see what else. Oh, here we go. My favorite chapstick. The chapstick flavor of 2021 for Miss Bree was mint. Put that in there. But you know what else I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna write down some Bible verses that I really, really love and that I want to have a huge impact in my life for 2021. So that way when I get older, maybe in 2 years, 3 years, I can look back and see, wow, these are the verses that I loved. So one of my favorite verses is Psalm 23, verse 1. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. It's one of my favorites. If you have scissors, definitely cut it out. I don't have scissors, but that's okay. I'm gonna put it in like this. And now I'm going to roll it like a little message. It's a message in a bottle. And I'm gonna put it in here. And let's see, what's another verse that I really love? John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his one and only son. Love that. There's more to the verse, but you all know what I mean. John 3:16. It's another fun message in a bottle, and I think I'm gonna do one more Bible verse. There's just so many good ones to choose from. But I think we're gonna go ahead and do... Okay, so the last verse I think I'm gonna do is Joshua 24:15, which says, as for me and my household, or my family, we will serve the Lord. All right, I've got my 3 verses, my face mask, my favorite chapstick, and a picture of me and one of my best friends in the whole world here in my time capsule for 2021. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to seal it. We're just gonna put another piece of tape on it. Ta-da! And the last thing that I'm gonna do, Fearless Kids, is right here on top of my 2021, open on January 15th, 2025. So in 4 years, I'll open this up. So I'll find a place to put it in my room somewhere, maybe a box. And then I'll open it up and remind myself. There we go. Here is our time capsule. If you make it out of something big enough, you might even be able to dig it. Some people do, and then they bury it and dig it up whenever it's time. Or you could just do what I'm doing, put it in your room. Well, Fearless Kids, that's all for our fun science time for today. I can't wait to see you all next time.
Oh, Prof, great. You have a mirror.
My sister has been hogging the mirror all day. How do I look?
Like $1,000,000. How do I look?
You look sharp. Are you ready for today?
I've been waiting for this day for years. Can you believe that we're about to reveal a time machine? Imagine what's going to happen to the science community, to the history community. Imagine what's going to be talked about for centuries. Imagine going back in time to the time that Jesus was alive.
Wait, how come we never visited Jesus before? I mean, we've seen the Aztecs, we saw the light bulb be invented. How come we never seen Jesus or met Jesus before?
I wanted to save the best for last.
Ah, that makes sense.
Now, I think the preparations are finished. Now the hope and the plan is just to make sure nothing goes wrong, especially in regards to my nemesis, Dr. Hart.
Your nemesis? You never mentioned that you've had a nemesis.
I tend to forget about him until the moment that I'm about to make a scientific breakthrough. We were enemies in college, you see, and he always wanted to try to best me.
Jealousy, maybe?
I wouldn't know why. I mean, he's always been at the top of his class. Wait a minute. Whoa! Wait a minute,
That's me from the future. Listen, Prof, there's no time to explain. Dr. Hart is gonna try to sabotage the time machine. And it's gonna be really bad. I'm talking about a rip in the space-time continuum.
Wait a minute. If that's the case, how are you here?
I put a time machine in my watch so that way if something bad were to happen, I can always go back. But listen, I don't have a lot of time. Dr. Hurt is gonna try to come and sabotage the whole thing. I don't know when he's gonna come. All right, I gotta go. And look, I know that you can fix it, okay? I gotta go.
I knew it. I knew it. Hart is at it again.
So what are we gonna do?
We're gonna do exactly what you said. We're gonna stop him. He'll strike at the presentation. So we're gonna have to set up a security system and get everything ready so that way we can catch him when he's in the act. Oh, we're gonna need some supplies. Come with me.
Wait, hold on. I don't think that's a good idea. Because what if you're alone, or what if we leave the time machine alone and that's when he sabotages it? And if you go by yourself, I have an idea. I'll stay here, keep an eye on the time machine and you all at the same time.
That's a great idea. I believe in you. You got this.
Hey, Prof, I got him.
Hart.
You've known me for years, Green. I'm here to make sure your day is ruined and I can take all the glory.
Hart, we're both men of science. We could have worked on something wonderful together. Why would you do this?
You've always been the best, and I wanted to be the best.
You have no reason to compete with me, Hart. We are of the same intellectual mind. We can be able to work together. I have a perfect story for this. A parable, if you will, of a man in history. His name is Paul, and I think you can relate with him.
The Miracle of Mercy. Paul. This is Saul. Saul was a Pharisee who hated the followers of Jesus so much that he would hunt them down to be brought to trial in Jerusalem. And he would even seek to murder them. Saul was uttering threats with every breath, and he was eager to kill the Lord's followers. So he went to the high priest. He asked him to write a letter to the Jews in Damascus that would allow him to arrest any Christians he found there. He wanted to bring them, both men and women, back to Jerusalem in chains.
So wait, Saul was a man who hated Christians with a passion? But why?
He was a very religious man. Let's put it that way. And he took a lot of pleasure in hurting people.
Oh, sounds like someone we know.
I'm right here, you know.
Yeah, I know. That's why we're telling you this story.
Let me finish.
Now Saul went on his way, and as he came near Damascus, a light from heaven flashed around him, and he heard a voice that said, "Saul, Saul, why are you persecuting me?" Saul cried out, "Who are you, Lord?" And the voice said, "I am Jesus. Rise and go into the city, and you will be told what to do." So Saul got up and he opened his eyes, but he couldn't see anything. So the men who were with Saul led him into the city. After 3 days, a man named Ananias came to Saul. He put his hands on Saul, and immediately Saul could see again. And with that, Saul became a follower of Jesus. He became the very thing he had tried to hunt. And he immediately began telling people that Jesus is the Son of God, and he taught them about the mercy of God that he had received. And all who heard him were amazed. He then went by a new name, Paul, as he began preaching not just to the Jewish people, but to everyone. Despite many difficulties like being imprisoned, shipwrecked, and narrowly escaping death multiple times, Paul continued to preach about Jesus. Paul said that he would do everything he could to save people and help them know God. And that's just what he did in order to reach people who would otherwise be unreached. And many came to know Jesus because of what Paul said. Paul taught many in his day through his letters, but even more have come to learn more about Jesus through the letters of Paul that can be read even to this day.
You see, Paul was a man just like you. He had his faults, he had his mishaps, but Jesus gave him a wake-up call as well as a second chance. And we are extending that second chance to you.
I don't see what this has to do with me.
I mean, are you truly happy living this way, like living a life running after fame and glory?
Well, no.
Well, you don't have to compete with me. You never did. Just like Jesus gave Paul a second chance, we are giving you that second chance right here and right now. It's either that or we call the police.
And believe me, you want the second chance.
You're right, it has been tiring competing and fighting with you for all these years, Green. I think I'm done. And to think I was going to completely sabotage the machine, that would end it in disaster.
Oh, we know. I traveled from the future, and that's how we were able to catch you before anything got too crazy, so.
You really give me another chance after all I've done in the past and what I've tried to do?
Of course I will. I may be a man of science, but I'm also a man of God. And if Jesus can give Paul another chance with everything that he did, why would I not give you a second chance?
Thank you, Green. I'm truly blown away by your kindness. Thank you. Your Jesus must be truly amazing if you can forgive someone like me and if he forgave someone like Paul.
I think you can let him go now. I think he's learned his lesson. Now, you're definitely going to be hearing more about this Jesus from me and Anthony. Exciting. We're all friends now. How about we get you out of those clothes? You're definitely not dressed for anything fancy.
Too much black.
I have some clothes for you. You want to go help him?
Yeah, let's go.
What is going on, fearless kids? It is time for the memory verse of the week. Get ready. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good one. It's Professor Green here. I'm going to be delivering this to you. So the memory verse is Lamentations 3:22 through 23. And it says this: "The Lord's love never ends. His mercies never stop. They are new every morning. Lord, your loyalty is great." Wow, that is an amazing verse. It reminds me of how great our God is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a time machine to make.
Thanks for joining us today, Fearless Kids. We are so excited that you are here with us, and we can't wait to see you next Sunday. Don't forget that every single Sunday at 11 a.m. we have 3 amazing ways to experience Kids Church online. In person, at our drive-in service, and on Zoom. We can't wait to see you there. And throughout the week, we have an amazing opportunity to come together with all of our fun friends here at Fearless Kids. Every Thursday at 5 p.m., join us for a Zoom party where we get to do fun, amazing activities, have community with one another, and get to know Jesus more. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube and to follow us on Instagram. Thanks so much, Fearless Kids. We can't wait to see you next Sunday.